we're going to have a little conversation here. And Michael already touched on the fact that the person who seems to be consistently behind these attacks is Representative Mark McBride. He's a Republican from Moore. He is termed out. He is a lame duck House representative. He was first elected in 2012, so he's had 6 elections. And I can tell you very little opposition in those elections. We'll talk about that. He is a very powerful person in state government. He is on the Budget and Appropriations Committee, so he is there where the money is. He is also the chair of the Education Subcommittee. So that's why you're seeing a lot of him in this. He's also on the Energy and Joint Appropriations Committees, but that's not really involved here too much. So I want to talk a little bit about Mark McBride. First of all, as a journalist, I was a bit shocked to know that in 6 elections, he was never really personally vetted. I could really find nothing. And one of the reasons for that is I believe that his first name is not Mark, it's James. And if you look at a lot of the public records, and everything that I'm going to discuss here today are public records about an elected public official. If you look at those, some of them are under Mark McBride, some of them are under James McBride, some are J. Mark, some are James M. And even our own state court systems do not connect those as the same person.
Wow.
So there's a lot to be known. And I think voters have a right to know who these very powerful people in our government are. So let me talk a little bit about, he has a bio, of course, on the state legislator's website. That tells the basics about him, but he went to Northwestern Oklahoma State University up near Enid, got married very early, graduated high school in 1979 from Moore High School. That marriage ended, split in 2001. He was divorced in 2002. And then in 2003, he married a woman named Alana, and she was a program coordinator for Oklahoma Career Tech in medical assisting. He was elected to the state house in 2012, but the couple divorced not long after that. So in 2013 and 2014, they were divorcing. This is the counterclaim. He petitioned her for divorce from his second wife, and this is from the counterclaim. So I'm going to read you just this portion of it. There's a lot more to it. It talks about the petitioner, who is James Mark McBride, in a fit of anger, damaged some of the respondents' separately owned property, which was an antique table that belonged to her father, and she's asking for that to be repaired. Number 7 says the petitioner in the past has been physically abusive and more recently has been extremely verbally abusive toward the respondent. And then this is the part that I feel like people should know. The respondent is completely disabled and has had 2 strokes during her marriage to the petitioner. Petitioner advised the respondent that he was not willing to be married to a disabled person. In January of 2013, he stated, "I'm done, I quit, I want out." Now, keep in mind, this is a divorce document. People say the extreme back and forth. The next paragraph here says that the petitioner is an able-bodied man who has 2 businesses, and that is true, 2 construction, McBride Construction and then a roofing business, both of which were acquired during the parties' marriage. Just prior to filing the petition, the parties resided in the marital home in Cleveland County. The petitioner removed the respondent from the marital home and forced her into an independent senior living center at age 49 years, where she does not desire to be and which was not picked out by the respondent, and then filed this instant action. Then it goes on to say that she has no access to funds, and she asked the court for support to be able to defend herself in this action. How does a politician run 6 times for a state legislature and become one of the most powerful people in the state house? And this is nowhere in the media.